Hello and welcome to Concord. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I've partnered with Circle Track Performance to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for late model stocks at Concord as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 1 Week 5 official series. If you guys can, make sure you hit like and subscribe. It's kind of crazy that we're already 5 weeks into this season. It seems like we just started with, the new build and getting everything built up, and now here we are over a quarter of the way through. So um, Concord is a track that a lot of people struggle at, and it's a track that can become a lot of fun if you guys know what you're doing. So I thought this week we'd do something a little bit more in depth, and we'd start out and talk about the fixed setup. And then from the fixed setup, we'll cut in and we'll do some of the custom Team 53 setup. So if you guys don't know, I've been on iRacing for about 13 years. I have a 7,500 I rating on the oval side. I do race late models, or I did race late models here in Wisconsin, 2023 and 2024. Haven't been on track since. My daughter Sydney races go-karts. So if you guys are looking to support us, it's a great time of year. I've got a link in the description below to our Patreon where you can sign up to get monthly setups for Team 53. You can sign up for, I think, as little as $2, basically just to buy us a cup of coffee. But then also, if you head over to team53racing.com, you can grab merch or whatever you might want there. So let's go in here now that we're a minute and a half in. Let's go into our garage here if my mouse is going to work. And if you're on the fixed setup, which I've switched over to the fixed set here, what we can do is we'll go into the chassis. Now, when you guys are running the actual fixed set, there's only going to be three options that you're going to be able to change. And it's going to be your steering ratio, your steering offset, and your brake balance bar. So I've already adjusted those to what my preferred would be. And it's going to be an 8-to-1, a +4, and then I'm starting out with the brake balance bar at 52%. The only place that you're really going to be using brake, I believe, with the fixed setup is going to be entering turn 3, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. So nothing major there. You kind of go from there. Now, in terms of lap times, when you guys go out to qualify, I think if you're in the sevens range, mid sevens, maybe a low 8, you're going to qualify great. So if you're practicing on qualifying, go with that. If and then in race trim, I think what you'll want to do in order to make this car last the full distance of the race, right? It's a fixed setup race, which means no cautions, D-class race. You really have to save your front tires, and they're going to burn out really, really quickly. Just in my few laps, 2% more wear on the right front than what we had on the right rear, which is not good. Um, but let's go into our laps here, and we'll kind of show you guys where we're at here with this. So when you're coming out of the pits, whether it's on the fixed set or on the Team 53 custom setup, you're definitely going to want a tire heat. So it's going to be a gas brake swerve left right to get heat in those front tires. It also helps activate the rear tires because you're throttling up all the time. The brake sliding them with the turns, it's adding a little bit. So we get up through the gear. With the iRacing fixed setup, it's going to be a fourth gear setup. You'll go high on whatever lap is going to be your fast lap. You want to go high here in 3 and 4 to maximize that lap. I didn't do that on my second lap here just because I was more focused on race trim, but it's a good habit to get into. We're going to go into turn 1, and you're going to notice there's really not much. I mean, there's nothing on the wall when you're inside the cockpit to really be able to tell where you're at on track. So my general rule is as I start to see the the metal railing here on the front stretch make way to just all concrete, that's where I'm going to start to turn in. So it's a really quick visual, really hard to kind of see, maybe, yeah, you just kind of have to do it by feel. You'll start to learn, you'll start to grab it. But it's when I kind of go through there, as we start to look there, far chase cam, maybe like that second to last third dot before the light post. Looks like that might be it. But then you'll turn in and you want to get that left side tire down there as close, that left front tire, as close to this yellow line as possible. When you come up out of here, this coming up here is way too high. And I'll show you on lap 2 kind of the better part. So you see how when I push high here up onto the track, onto the short chute, it then makes it hard for me to cut this dog leg. So I'm up a lot higher than what I need to be. So I miss that, which makes my lap longer. And then running through 3 and 4 there properly. So now lap 2, I get a better run. I get into the corner just as good. I get down there to the bottom, but you see how before my throttle went all the way to like 100% right away. Now I'm doing about a 75% throttle. And this is going to allow me to stay a little bit lower on the track. So I'm over a car width lower on the track, about midway through it. When you're looking at the cockpit, you're just kind of coming up right there in the middle. But then I'm able to get right here through this dog leg, right to the bottom of the track. And my left front almost hits that yellow line, but we're right there at the bottom of the track. We point up. When I point up, I always go to this orange sign here for Troutman Motors. This is my sign here for turn 3. So I want to have my car out to the widest point possible before I get to this corner. And then what we want to do is take a wide arc in and around. Now, when you're in the race, you're going to see a lot of guys use turn 3 as a passing zone. It's a really good opportunity where you can dive underneath someone. But in my experience, whenever I've had guys dive underneath me, what ends up happening is they push out in the center of the corner and they miss the exit of the corner. And if you take this wide arc and you notice somebody diving, you lift a little bit early, you let them dive under you. They're going to slide around and you're just going to be able to get back on throttle and drive right underneath them on exit. And the reason you don't want to take that dive bomb into 3 approach is that the front stretch, I mean, the exit of turn 3 here really makes or breaks 2 laps. It's going to make or break the lap that you're on currently and then the next lap because it's where the next lap starts. So you really have to be careful there. Wider arc around, get it as close as you can there. And then you see how the corner like it kind of straightens out and then it curves and then it straightens out again. It's right through that curve. That's where you're going to really start to concentrate on throttling up to get you a really, really good drive off. And that's going to be a 789. So you saw the first lap, we got a huge run. We ran an 880. Second lap, we waited a little bit on throttle. We were able to keep the car a little bit lower to the ground, to the corner, through the dog leg, and we were a tenth faster. So some of you guys that are struggling, you always think, I got to have more throttle, I got to have more throttle. Sometimes it's just as simple as waiting on throttle, using less throttle, and just being patient, and you'll get through it. But I'm going to give you guys a lap inside the car here with the fixed setup from our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They are an independent AMSOIL dealer. If you're looking to do your own oil changes, if you've got a race car, nothing better than AMSOIL. I use it in all my stuff, including my daughter's go-kart. So head on over. Link should be in the description. And here's your lap. And there's your 789. Now, let's switch over here about the 8-minute mark. We are going to switch over to the Team 53 custom setup. So you saw like a 7 in there. Our qualifying lap, just me, couple runs here, was a 321. So I have no doubt that guys are going to be down in the 2s. You'll probably see some 1s by the end of the week. But let's give you guys a really good example. So we're here in the pits. We're coming out. We've got our custom Team 53 setup that you can get either from our Patreon or from subscribing at team53racing.com. One of those two. Whichever one you choose, we're happy to have you. Make sure you guys join the Discord. You'll get all the setups and links to all the videos, all of our team chats, all of that stuff that we have, including our telemetry. So as we head out here on track, we're going to gas brake swerve like we always do and get some heat in the tires. And then we'll come around and it's going to be a lap 2 is going to be our fast lap. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward because lap 1 really doesn't matter. All right, lap 2, we're going to go high here off of turn 3 and get a huge run going down this front stretch. Now you see how close we are to the wall. We're maximizing our impact here into turn 1. Just like with the fixed setup, we're going to turn in about the same spot, kind of this third one before the corner. We get turned in. We have this car pointed to the bottom, and you can see I'm already back on throttle by midpoint of the corner. Really, by the time you get past that green cone, you're already thinking in your brain about getting back on throttle. As the car points towards the bottom of the track here, you can see right as we're getting there, you're going to give it throttle. It's going to point that nose, and it's just going to get you right where you want. We come up off this corner, absolutely perfect here, right about midpoint on the track. Get it pointed for the dog leg so that you can run that nice and shallow. pointed at our Troutman Motors sign, and then we get ready here for turn 3 with just a lift, throw back on right as we get to the bottom of the track here. I'll show you what that looks like here inside the car. And then we throttle up off the corner. Absolutely wonderful lap there, 321. We'll go inside the car just so you can hear the difference, right, between the fixed setup and this setup. So here you go. And there's your 321 lap. Um, So looking at race stuff, whether you're running the fixed or the Team 53 custom setup, I think, we saw here, I mean, I'm showing laps in the 6 pretty consistently, some 7s. Best we saw here was a 789, and that's going to be with less fuel too. So that's something to think about too. If you guys are trying to run the fixed setup in the official races, you're going to have to add fuel, which is going to make this setup even slower. So if you're going to run the fixed setup for open set races, you got to add fuel. I would go probably to 14 or 15 gallons, 15 to be safe. And then you're really going to have to work on your car balance because those cars on the fixed setup, we all know they get tight. They're not made for long run balance. So here's we look at the Team 53 custom setup. We actually have 2 setups this week that I'm offering for race trim. One is a set that we've used previously at this track. I'm calling that kind of like a safe set. And then we have our kind of our new trim that we've been working on this season and has been really, really popular with the guys pretty much everywhere. So definitely want to look at those. But just heading out here at Concord, you can see the difference in how this car responds, right? We're getting a little bit of slight loose exit of 3 when we get on throttle really hard. And you're going to see me just kind of adjust my line just a little bit, but it's all the same. Passing zones, open or fixed, entry to 3, entry to 1 are the most common places that I see. The place that I love to pass is going to be exit of 1 going into the dog leg, which is where if a guy pushes wide and he doesn't get back down low to protect, you can really make a lot of hay. Um, Exit of 3 usually works really well for me too. If guys try and go really shallow on entry, I'll kind of back mine up and I'll treat it just like they were trying to pass me to get a run and get a nice little crossover. But um, this week, just like as my cat Alexa comes over, this week, just like last week at Bristol, there's just not a lot of good markings on the track to be able to give you guys definitive reference points. And that's where, not only looking at videos, watching where your car is outside the track, but signing up for our Team 53 telemetry with any one of our subscription packs, you can go in and we can see the exact point at which you're lifting or the exact point at which you're getting on throttle, how much steering you're using, where your car variants on the track. And it's a great tool for you guys to learn and become better sim racers. So if you guys have made it through full 13-minute video, make sure you hit like and subscribe. We really, really appreciate it and hope to see you guys in the next video.